back, and it's Monday Paint Chan as usual. I'm not painting, I'm cleaning up my costume area. I can't find the bags. This is my second time recording, so I did a little bit of cleaning. There's actually a lot of stuff on the floor I need to pick up. So, there may not be as much activity on screen because I'm picking things off the floor that I've just kind of, in the midst of making things, thrown there. Even though I have like a trash bag right over here. And there's a bunch of knobbly bits like buckles and such that I need to get back into this sewing room, which is a whole different room now. Yay! And then I think I'll actually I'll do that now, so I'll start reclaiming the fur from the dog head. Okay, so we're going to be talking about a little bit about, and only a small aspect of, some ethics of competitive cosplay. Now, ethics are, strictly speaking, in a competitive stance, a set of rules that you adhere to personally but are not set or written down or part of the event. So, when I say I only compete in, or I only win one award with any costume once, so that is a personal rule I make for myself. It is something that I cannot hold others to if that is not part of the rule set. And so I really shouldn't be holding people to that. But it is a personal rule of mine. However, there are, of course, cases when you run into competitive, any kind of competitive event where people will break the rule sets that are in place for personal gain. Because I feel that there are people who just can only see the finish line, can only see the thing they want, the shiny at the end of the road. And it may be only through my experience of just doing it, and then that whole sense kind of wearing away over time. Or I've gotten enough awards where it's not as huge a deal to win. It's definitely not as hardcore competitive as I used to be. And so I'm able to kind of look around at my fellow competitors and the competition itself and understand what's happening within, even specifically the competitive community. And I like to, because it's part of my event. I enjoy doing competitive cosplay and going to masquerades and all those good things. It benefits me to encourage people to do it, to try to make the scene as healthy and positive and all those good mushy things as possible. Now, which side did I cut? Because it's got crap on it. I gotta cut away. Okay. Because of course, if the entire scene is not acidic, poisonous, it's not. It's like if it's a bad scene, it's not fun, and it really kind of sucks seeing the same faces over and over again. I do like to meet new people and share in the fun stuff that the fun of competing with them. Okay, so one particular aspect I want to cover today is the idea of tiers. Now, there's a few different theories as to what tiers are for, and some of them are wrong, or I feel are wrong, in my personal opinion. There, of course, are aspects that are true of. Anyway, guys, their standard tiers go like beginner, journeyman, master, and maybe you'll see professional or something like that, right? And sometimes people interpret that as a way of keeping out noobs, to kind of exclude them in some way. Well, I'll tell you, when you run an event like that, it's actually not the case. And you will find people who go, I'm a master, I'm a big, awesome person, this and that. And sure, we'll let them have that, hey, big ego boost and all that. It's not a big deal to me. But the logistical reason for tiers is to protect the beginners. It's not to protect the masters. The masters usually can hold off on their own, or if they can't, really, I don't really don't have any sympathy for masters if you've gotten that far. And there are cases where, of course, beginners or journeymen are clearly have the same skills or can compete on the same level as a master. And in those cases, they are bumped up, and it happens more often than you might think. And so this is to keep a bit of balance within the competition. See, it encourages. Wait, what am I doing? I'm folding this incorrectly. Here we go. It encourages the people who are just beginning or intermediate or whatever the case may be to progress, to continue doing this, to continue with this show, and at the end of the day, it's a show. And so, when you when you disenfranchise, yes, I'll say disenfranchise, the newcomers, it really affects the scene. Again, I don't like hanging out with the same 4 people every single event. I mean, they're my friends, but I do enjoy seeing new people and new styles and the new thing that they're bringing to the table that maybe I haven't seen before. And so I want to get rid of this kind of this kind of theory that it is there. The tiers are there to protect the masters, and so you get some people who are not honest with themselves. Maybe they don't have the confidence. Very often, I'm gonna say confidence in this case. They don't believe that their achievements thus far have amounted to an award, their standard, their being in that class, right? Excuses are usually like, oh, it was just a small con, doesn't count towards the award count, or oh no, this was just a test run, this award doesn't count, I'll compete with this seriously at a major event. And so this sort of diminishes the event itself. It diminishes everyone who competed in that event, and it shows that you kind of didn't have the confidence to compete seriously, and that a award or a prize, or whatever the case may be, that could have gone to someone else who maybe really, I guess, quote unquote, should have got it, or maybe with a more appropriate sell, didn't get it because you didn't compete at your appropriate level. And that's fine, because of course these are all ethics and not these are unwritten rules that no one is held to. And events want the best of the best that they can get a hold of. They are not going to be mad that a really nice thing showed, because that helps them sometimes promote their event, helps push the competitive nature. So it's not all bad. However, when you get people who then interpret this in such a way that say you go to an event and they do not allow costumes that have won an award, but then you say this event didn't count. Sometimes it's a matter of interpretation because of they say major awards, and that can be bad language. Bad language in the wording. But that's up to the manager or the orchestrator of the event. I feel that when you win an award, it should count towards, because there's so many. The scene is relatively active enough to where you'll find competition everywhere. You won't find too many events where it's just cosplay. But you get people who say, "Oh no, I'm a beginner," even though they've got 4 3-4 awards. They crossed the stage. They got the experience of a journeyman, and that really is not cool. You should be honest about your awards, and then there are cases where, say, a group happens, and only a percentage of the group is, say, a higher tier, a master or journeyman. Because of the presence of the master and journeyman, you should not be in beginner. If one of you is a higher tier, the whole tier is bumped up, the whole group is bumped up, because, of course, that influences the whole group. It should always be bumped up to protect actual true beginners. I don't believe in the interpretation of bumping yourself down to allow yourself an easier, quote-unquote, easier competition, an easier win. That's a bit cowardly. It's a bit, the word I said earlier, you lack confidence. So when I see that, it's a clear sign that you lack confidence in your ability and you're not competing with the higher tiers, which, if you had been winning those awards and you had competing, you gained that experience, and that's where you stand realistically in my book. Let me see, how much time do I got? I've probably been running about 13 minutes. Oh well, I'll be streaming today. If you're watching this, I am set up a stream, and I'll be doing Recording Tip Tuesdays, and I'll be doing some maintenance stuff, and I don't know, be ranting on about things. Hopefully I'll have some friends come and hang out with me, and we can do some stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Good times to all. Hey, looks like you made it all the way to the end. If you're interested in more new tutorials, con coverage, and other cosplay shenanigans every week, hit that sub button to get it delivered hot and fresh to you.